Here is an MSi Prestige PS42 model. If you're not a technology enthusiast, chances are that you've never heard of this thing and probably don't know that it exists. But you should know about it. Here's why. If you're out in the market looking to buy a thin and light notebook that is easy to carry, you'd be bombarded with so many different options. If you want something that has a good build quality, you'd be looking at paying over 50,000 rupees in Indian money, and then your options would be narrowed down to these few. But three of the laptops that would stand out would definitely be the MSi Modern 14, the Asus Swift 3 and the Asus ZenBook 14, because these have superior build quality for the price that you pay. And this price is the lowest that you would be paying to get a laptop with a metal construction. But the MSi kind of has a very striking design. It is mostly finished in metal and the build has a bezel-less display. So it becomes a tough choice to choose between these three laptops. So that's why it becomes important to discuss what makes this product stand out. Okay, now let's talk about the design of this machine. Now the design is one of the strong points of this laptop. At least that's why I got this machine in the first place. Now this laptop is mostly made out of aluminium. Like the bottom panel is aluminium, the lid is aluminium, no, the lid is plastic, sorry, and then the inside, the main body, the main chassis is aluminium. Also the weight of this machine, it weighs 1.19 kilograms to be precise, and it's one of the lighter laptops out there. Like it's very easier to carry, and yeah, it has the overall footprint of a 14-inch laptop, but the screen doesn't feel like it's 14-inch because it's pretty big. Like there are very thin bezels around in the corners, and so it's easier to carry, and overall the build quality is extremely nice. And the keyboard is good. The key travel is not very deep, but it is expected of a laptop this size and of this form factor. Like the keys are fairly large, as you can see. Like they did not compromise on the size of the keyboard, considering the form factor. So it's very easy to type on. So once you get used to it, it's fairly easy to type on it. And I do not have any complaints. But yes, the webcam, it's actually a nose cam, so it will look right up into your nose when you are making video calls. But that's not really a complaint. Like nowadays there are laptops that don't have webcams because the bezels are so thin. At least they don't compromise on that part. Now let's talk about the display. The display in this machine is a 1080p Full HD 60 Hz panel. Now this is not a gaming machine, it's a professional creator laptop. Now I have to emphasize on the word creator, which means the display here is extremely color accurate. The laptop is extremely good for content consumption, so be it videos, movies, it's extremely good to look at the screen. I even dropped this laptop once when it was in my bag, and you can see a small dent here. So if it was plastic, it would have probably broken. But since it's metal, it could, handle such accidental damages. Now let's talk about the performance of this machine. The performance is really good for a machine this size. It runs a Core i5-8265U, so it's a power efficient processor, and the model that I have does not have a GPU in it. It has 8 gigs of RAM but no GPU. Yeah, the fact is it's a laptop which is made by MSi, a gaming company, but it's not a gaming laptop per se. It's for productivity and people who like to carry it around and do some creative work. You would not be able to edit extremely high resolution videos, but I do some light editing on it and it's really good. I personally am a music producer, so I use Ableton on this machine, and I run some plugins which consume a lot of CPU power. But when the power setting is at the highest, it runs good. It runs the applications really well. There is no lag or anything like that. But the one problem that I faced in the initial stages of buying this laptop was that it used to heat up a lot. The chassis is extremely small and there is just one fan here, but there was this heating issue. But the way I fixed it, was that I understood it's not because of the design of the laptop, but because there was this inbuilt fan control software that really messed with the computer. So what I did was I installed this software called MSi Silent Option. So it's a custom fan control utility, and further I also undervolted the CPU. So undervolting is like reducing the voltage of your CPU but making it function in the same level as before. So it helped me reduce temperatures to a great extent. When the laptop was idling, it used to run at 80 degrees Celsius, and after undervolting it and after installing the custom fan control utility, the temperatures dropped to 39 degrees. So from 70, 80 degrees to 39, it's a huge difference. Now there is something else that I have to mention. The model that I have here runs a Core i5-8265U, so it's an 8th gen Core i5 processor from Intel. But for the 2020 model here, it runs a 10th gen Core i5 processor. So it's more power efficient and gives you a slight boost in performance. Now we should talk about the battery life on this thing. So this laptop has a 50 watt-hour battery, and since it's running a power efficient Core i5-8265U processor, it will last you about 8 hours on moderate usage. Initially when I got this laptop, it lasted me about 3 to 4 hours because of that heating issue. The fan used to be running at the top speed all the time, and there was a lot of heating, so that was a problem. But once I fixed it, it was just fine. So for heavy usage, you're looking at about 4 hours. Final thoughts. Now this laptop is geared towards students, creative professionals and business people. But this is not something that you buy in order to do extremely graphics intensive tasks. Now the model that I have here doesn't have a dedicated GPU, but there is a variant that comes with an entry level MX250. But like I said, it's an entry level graphics card, so you cannot expect it to perform GPU intensive tasks like 4K video editing and stuff like that. But for me as a music producer, it worked just fine, and in my 1 year period of ownership, it hasn't disappointed me at all. I've had a very good experience using it, but it just feels good in your hand, It's made of aluminum, so it feels good. Okay, the only other alternatives to this laptop would be the Asus Swift 3, which is priced in and around the same margin. The Asus Swift 3 that is launching for 2020 has the Ryzen 4000 CPUs, but they perform really well. They perform significantly better than this one. That's what the benchmarks that I've seen on other YouTube channels say. But the screen on that one is visibly bad. It apparently has a tint to it, and the colors are not accurate. So in that case, this laptop is just overall more enjoyable to use because of that screen itself. So if you're somebody who cares about the screen and the overall build quality, this could be your pick. Although the Swift 3 has a similar build quality due to its aluminum construction. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.